Welcome to Đồng Nai radio and television stations. Here's the news today. On February 20 in Phú Yên Province, Prime Minister Nguyễn Xuân Phúc attended the ceremony of launching to plant internal trees in gratitude to Uncle Ho. Stressing the programs of planting 1 billion new trees, the Prime Minister chose the message of the program as "For a Green Vietnam" and emphasized, "Green is the colors of growing and sustainable development." At the ceremony, the Prime Minister emphasized, "We will stress the program task of growing internal trees in gratitude to Uncle Ho nationwide under the project of planting at least 1 billion green trees in the period 2021 and 2025. Of which nearly 700 million trees are planted across the urban and rural areas. More than 300 million trees are planted in the concentrated forest." The Prime Minister says that this is a very meaningful program, as Uncle Ho used to point out. This plant is less expensive but grant more benefit. The Prime Minister offered the local political system and all the people to continue enthusiastically growing tree and afforestation with the motto, "People grow trees, family grow trees," to bring the program of planting 1 billion new tree into an emulation movement of our local political system in each residential area with participation of all people. According to Đồng Nai Ministry of Industry and Trade, up to the present, there are 4 industrial clusters in the province that they have leased out the plans for small and medium enterprise to build factories and making business. Đồng Nai planned 27 industrial clusters with an area of 1,519 hectares. Currently, there are 23 groups of investors, in which 4 groups have completed the infrastructure investment, and that are Phú Cưng Industrial Cluster of Binh Quang District, Tân Hành Ceramic Industrial Cluster of Binh Hoa City, Phú Hành Industrial Cluster of Nhân Trạch District, Hồ Nai 3 Industrial Cluster of Trang Bom District. 19 industrial clusters are in the process of completing procedures for construction investment, compensations for the site clearance. There are 3 clusters that have not yet been registered for investment are Thanh Bình Industrial Cluster of Trang Bom District, Phú Vinh Industrial Cluster of Binh Quang District, Chiang Industrial Cluster of Vinh Khu District. Industrial clusters have attracted nearly 200 projects of production and business activities, with total industrial plants have leased are more than 50% of the leased plant area. Following the directions of Đồng Nai Provincial Committee, over the past 2 days, the Provincial Department of Health was organized sampling and testing for nearly 900 civil servants and officials of the party agency and on the provincial systems. All the tests were negative for SARS-CoV-2. Đồng Nai General Hospital took sample and tested for 341 cases. The Provincial Center for Disease Control took sample and tested for 558 cases. All of these, 889 cases tested negative for SARS-CoV-2. Up to this stage, Đồng Nai is well controlling the COVID-19 pandemic. Sampling to test SARS-CoV-2 for officers, civil servants, officials, and employees of provincial state agencies who went out of the province during the last test holidays is a solution to control and take early action against the pandemics to ensure the safety in the provincial state agencies. On February 20, according to the U.S. Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, President Joe Biden passed the declaration of the serious disaster in Texas. The whole area is facing an electricity outage and water shortages due to thick ice and snow are covering the ground. These actions have opened up federal funding pockets to provide temporary accommodation, home repairs, and low-cost plans to everyone across Texas. Mr. Biden has declared a disaster emergency to Texas and requested FEMA temporary assistance. The historic blizzard caused the central U.S. to experience the Arctic weather phenomenon. In Texas, there have been millions of people living without electricity in the past few days, although this number has dropped to about 185,000 by the morning of February 19. The officials warned that the electricity outage could still happen in the next few days. On February 2nd, according to the Canadian Government Office, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau will have a bilateral online meeting with the U.S. President Joe Biden on February 23rd. This will be the first meeting of the two heads of state since Mr. Biden took office. According to the White House, the two sides will exchange the points of views on issues such as how to respond to the COVID-19 pandemic, climate change, and economic relations, as well as the incisive relationship between the two countries' people. When Mr. Biden is sworn in as a resident in January, the Prime Minister of Canada was the first foreign leader to call and congratulate the new U.S. resident. That's all on the news today. Thanks for joining us. Goodbye.